What's up, Aries Massive? It's your girl D with 8th House Energy, here to bring you your May 2020 general read. I hope all is well with you guys, and I do want to thank you guys for all the Mars energy you bring to the channel. I appreciate you. You guys are the bomb. Now, I'm going to get into what's going on, but before I do, if you need a personal reading, my information's in the box below. And I want to let you know, because it's Taurus season, if you have Taurus sun sign, Taurus moon sign, or Venus in Taurus, if you go down to the tarot reading section of the information box, which is below this video, you will see that there's a special spot just for tarot card readings. If you have a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, or Venus in Taurus, you get tarot card readings at half off, okay? Specifically, numbers 2, 3, and 4. So go down to the tarot card reading section of the information in the information box below. Look at readings number 2, 3, and 4 of the tarot card reading section. And if you want a reading, it's going to be half off. All right. So you have to have a Taurus sun, moon, or Venus in order to partake. Okay. And that is going to be throughout Taurus season. All right. And then we're going to just move on and do that through there. I just started doing this in Taurus season because this represents the first year of me being, one full year of me being on the air. So, on the air, right? On the channel. So I do want to thank all you guys for all the love and support that you've given me throughout the entire year. You guys have made it amazing. So with the monthly general reads, what I like to do is, this is going to be for the more ascended Aries. So this may not be for everybody. But what I like to do is go over the planetary alignments really quickly because, the ascended Aries understands that, it's best to learn about who you are, and what you bring to the table as far as your individual path, especially if you're trying to ascend to your, your higher self. So the best way to do that is to understand your natal chart. If you need a natal chart reading, the information's in the box below. Start understanding your natal chart and start understanding the planetary alignments and looking at how they affect you in everyday life. And that will help you to, go through life a lot more smoother. So in your first house, we have Mercury, but Mercury's going to be leaving there on the 27th. So that's, you're probably already feeling these energies, but Mercury's going to Taurus on April 27th. You also have Uranus there. So this is going to serve as a, for you guys, it's going to serve as a sextile, right? Because it's right next door to you, 60 degrees away, roughly. So at any rate, you got Mercury in Taurus, and you got Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is the house of self-value, self-worth, self-esteem. It's also the house of how you make your money, okay? So a lot of people, and that's just that's just the major, the top things that Taurus is about, the house is about. There's other things as well, but that's what the house is known for. When people pull their natal charts and they want to know, how could I go about making money? You're definitely going to look at your second house. So in reference to that, Mercury's going to be there. Mercury's all about communication, processing information, how you process things, how you communicate to people. All right. And we got Uranus in there. Uranus is all about doing things in a unique, individual way. Sometimes it could be so unique and so individualistic that people might consider you rebellious. All right. So you got those planets in the house of self-worth, self-value, self-esteem, and your monetary possessions and the things that you own. All right. So a lot of people are going through changes in reference to that. And the changes are occurring because of people wanting to do things their way, wanting to do things in a unique way, especially with COVID-19 going on. Uranus represents, the futuristic far out type of thing. So that has to do with the internet. So you got a lot of people who are going to be online making money. All right. Now, speaking of online things and actually, no, disregard that. So the next, we're going to have 4 planets in retrograde in the month of May. All right. Retrograde is a time of reflection. It's not a time of starting any new plans, not a time of getting into any new relationships. It's not a time of starting anything new. It's a time of reflection. It's a time of looking back at, okay, well, what kinds of things did I put on the shelf that I wanted to work on, but I never got to? That's the stuff that you pull out right now during retrograde season, and you start putting plan in place. And then once you got plan in place, then you move forward. Speaking of money and putting plan in place, we got 2 planets in the house of your career, your professional achievements, your moral standing as far as your internal moral compass, what's right and what's wrong, and your reputation, how people see you and how you see yourself. That is the house of Capricorn. We have Pluto there, And we have Jupiter there right now. Pluto is all about the subconscious energy. It's all about birth and death and rebirth. It's also about psychic energy. And then we have Jupiter there. Jupiter is all about expansion. It's all about growth. It's all about good luck. And for the women, if you look at your chart, your Jupiter represents the ideal qualities that your husband would have, right? So these two planets are going to be going in retrograde. Pluto's going first on April 25th. So what Pluto's going to be doing when it's in retrograde is Pluto's going to be dealing with the conscious mind. All right. Mercury deals with the conscious mind. Pluto deals with the subconscious mind. So Pluto is going to be pulling all that stuff out that, may have happened to you a long time ago that, you just moved on or you thought you moved on about. But whatever that stuff is that's holding you back from being the best person you can be, attaining your higher self, Pluto's going to put that in the forefront, especially when it comes to your reputation, your career, your professional achievements, and your moral standing. So Pluto's going to pull that stuff out and put it in your face and make you deal with it. And Pluto doesn't just come nicely. Pluto doesn't knock on the door and say, hey, can you let me in? Pluto's coming in like the SWAT team with the whatever that machine is that they just bang your door open with. That's Pluto, okay? And that's because that's energy that you have suppressed for whatever reason. May have been some negative things that happened to you. All right, you suppress that and put that in the subconscious mind, and that energy is holding you back, okay, from your, doing your best as far as your career aspirations. So you got to be prepared for that. And Pluto's going to be in retrograde until October. So you may not feel anything right now. You may not feel it till the summer, and then you may not feel anything at all if you don't have anything held back that's holding you back, all right? This is going to be for people who have subconscious energies holding them back from being the best they could be as far as their career, their reputation, their moral compass, what's right and what's wrong, your integrity, your ethics, all right, internally, as well as your reputation. Now, we also got Jupiter dealing with those energies as well. Now, Jupiter's going to be going in retrograde on May 14th. So with Jupiter in retrograde, Jupiter is going to work with Pluto. So Pluto's going to pull all that stuff in the front of you and say, okay, this is what you need to deal with. This is what's holding you back from being successful. And then Jupiter is going to make you say, okay, well, what is it that I need to do to change this? What can I do so that I have good luck in this area, so that I have good fortune in this area, so that things go right in my area? So they're going to be working hand in hand. Now, the next planet that's going to be going retrograde, that's Venus. Venus is currently in Gemini. Now, with Venus and Gemini, what we see in a real life situation is with the COVID-19 thing, a lot of us were only able to communicate with our family and friends, especially those, with the COVID-19 scare. A lot of people, if you have family that don't live in the house with you, some people are just getting it really narrowed down to, okay, well, we're going to just keep an eye out. We'll keep an ear out, make sure they're okay. We'll share information via the internet. Well, now with the laxing of what's going on, people are now feeling comfortable going to a family member's house. Not an immediate family, maybe an auntie or uncle or a distant cousin or something like that. So now people are going to feel like more comfortable going to visit family, seeing how they're doing, or you may be running into family because Venus is in the third house. The third house is all about your environment, your local surrounding, local travel. Like when you go to the gym, you go to work, you go to the grocery store, that type of stuff is local travel. So you may be running into, family members that you haven't talked to in a while. You also may be running into old lovers that you haven't seen in a while as well. All right, so just keep that in mind. You may be thinking about them. They may think about you. Some people may want to reach out to you. All right, that's how it goes with the Venus and retrograde thing. And that's going to be in Gemini. Now, the other planet that's going to be in retrograde is Saturn. Saturn is in Aquarius right now. Aquarius is all about like-minded individuals, your friends, your socializing, your socializing, your networking, organizations that get together for a common cause, humanitarian efforts. All right, so you got Jupiter there. You got Saturn there. Saturn is all about restrictions, limitations, karma. It's also about, the government. Okay, and so we see this in a real life situation where we got the government telling us we can't go out and socialize in certain places or groups of more than a certain amount of people, right? So Saturn is going in retrograde on May 10th. So what we're starting to see in a real life scenario with that is the government in general, throughout the nation is starting to be more lax on those rules in reference to us being able to go out and congregate in groups. First, it was like you can't go out at all. You know, some places were even quarantined. Now it's like, okay, you can go out. Businesses can start opening up in certain areas. Check your area where you are, and you can go out now, but you gotta wear masks. You know, so business owners are starting to slowly open up their businesses, but everybody's got to wear masks. You know, moving about. So that's what we're going to start seeing more so of, and you already see that on the news. Neptune is in Pisces right now. It rules Pisces. It's all about glamour and illusion. All right. And then we also got Mars going into Pisces on May 13th. So that's your ruling planet. So you know Mars is about the warrior, the fighter, right? So when it goes into Pisces, Pisces is about the house of compassion. It's about the house of institutions where you have jails, rehab facilities, whether it's drug and alcohol rehab, whether it's physical rehab. You have your mental asylums. You know, you have your nursing homes. So what you're going to see with Mars there is you're going to see, people fighting for the causes of these people. Especially, I've seen it in independent news sectors, not on the main news, but in independent news sectors, I've been seeing information about how people are putting laws and putting restrictions in place for people in nursing homes, for people in juvenile detention centers, for people in penitentiaries, you know, and what they're going through. You're going to have a lot of people in the penitentiaries trying to get out of the penitentiary because, you know, the COVID-19 thing. I heard something about R. Kelly trying to write a letter to get out because he's afraid of COVID-19, you know, and its effect. But, you know, they wasn't having it. So these types of things might be going on, so you do want to check on your loved ones if you have anybody in any of these facilities. I think that's it as far as the planetary alignments, my friends. So let's go ahead and get into your reading. So the overall energy here is the Page of Coins, okay? So the Page of Coins, this is Capricorn energy. Pages to me represent messages, or they represent children or someone who's very immature. I usually don't put people associated with the court cards, me personally, even though they traditionally are based on that. But a lot of times we all can embody these energies, and we all have masculine and feminine in us. So I just talk to you as if they are energies that someone is embodying at the time. So with the Page of Coins, this could be a message about money. This could be a message about finances, financial opportunities. This could also be a message about someone wanting to connect with you, okay, to see what's going on with you. Could be about money, like I said, could be about business opportunities, or it could just be about friendship. We also have the Ace of Coin in reverse. Now, it's interesting that this is happening here, because with the Ace of Coin in reverse, this talks about having unfortunate issues with money. It could also talk about greed, going into debt, stressing out about money. So a lot of people are, with this COVID-19 thing, a lot of people are unemployed. They don't have a sufficient means like they used to of bringing in income. Okay, so a lot of people are going through this right now. And then we have the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, the King of Wands. Okay, so this is Leo energy. So this is people, Leo energy, masculine energy with the King energy is all about taking action. Okay, so we have someone taking action, someone being creative, someone being assertive, someone being aggressive in reference to possibly a money situation here. Okay, so let's take a look at the energies and see what's up. Current energy for you, Aries. Knight of Swords. Now, with the Knight of Swords energy, this represents Gemini energy. The Knight of Swords energy is a mutable energy. So this is someone who's able to maneuver and, bend with the, whatever way everything is going. It's like, I think of mutable energy like a noodle, It can go whatever way it needs to go to get whatever it needs to get done. Now, this is all about communication. So you communicate with whoever you need to communicate to get whatever you need done. And you say whatever it is you need to say to get whatever it is you need done. All right. And this could also represent a lifestyle change. Okay. So a lot of people could be experiencing lifestyle changes due to the lack of money that's coming in or going out. Okay. So with that energy, we have it positively or negatively affected by the Nine of Coins. So this is going to be a lot about money for people with the Nine of Coins. So this is, people basically communicating and saying whatever it is they need to say, doing whatever it is they got to do to get their money. All right. And I'm not judging anybody, but, people saying what they got to say, they do what they got to do. They could be telling people, could be embellishing things. People could be embellishing information to you. People could be telling you things that may not be true. But this is all so that you can adjust to a current lifestyle change that's going on, especially with the loss of money. Now, in the past here, we have the Hermit energy, major arcana. So what happens is with this energy here, this is Virgo energy. Virgo energy is very analytical. It looks at everything. It breaks everything down to the very last compound and tries to figure out what's going on. Analysis is definitely in place. So with this Virgo energy here, this is what you're doing. You're going in within yourself to find the light. All right, to figure out, okay, well, what can I do to correct the situation? So this is also about isolating yourself, not in a negative way, but in a way where you got to sit down because, you know, with COVID-19, we're all isolated to a certain extent anyway. So during this isolation period, you're trying to figure out what it is that you can do, you know, to get your money situation together. And that could involve you reaching out to someone or someone reaching out to you. But this is what went down in the past. Now, in the more recent past, so more recently, but in the past, we have the Eight of Cups. Okay, so this could be love too, money and love. Or it could be a situation here with this Eight of Cups. You had to walk away from something that you really loved. It could be work, all right, but a lot of times it's a relationship. The Eight of Cups energy is not just about walking away. I say this all the time with this Eight of Cups energy. This is about every time you see a cup, there's 8 cups, right, with the Eight of Cups. Each cup could represent a time that you emotionally detached from a situation and you came back. Or you physically emotionally detached from a situation and came back to it. So it was very difficult because it was something that you were really tied to emotionally. So this was the back and forth, the back and forth, the back and forth. All right. So recently you walked away again. All right. So you went within to think about what it is that you wanted to do. Some of you just wanted to be single with the Nine of Coins energy. All right. So you want a lifestyle change and you want to be single is what the current situation is about here. But what could be happening is financial money. You know, you need money to move. If you want to relocate, say you want to you live with someone right now, a lover, right? And you want to move. You might be having some financial difficulties doing that. So you're trying to take action with the King of Wands energy in order to get that situated. All right. Now, the crowning energy here is the King of Swords reverse. Now, this energy is interesting energy here because this is always a bad guy. All right, always a bad guy. This guy, King of Swords energy, this is, remember, so, kings are about taking action. Now, when the sword is an upright, this is somebody who doesn't deal with emotion. He just deals with the facts. Okay, so the fact is A, B, and C. All right, so now what do I need to do so that we can get this resolved? And they just, you know, that's how it is. In reverse here, this could represent the fact that, you know, somebody is not using that energy in that manner. This could be someone who's very cold. This could be someone who's a con man. This could be someone who is out to get other people, okay, for whatever reason. It could be because of the fact that there's no money here. So usually we associate this card with a con man, okay, someone who's corrupt, someone who's trying to bribe someone. What could also have happened here is with this type of energy here, as far as employment is concerned, this could be a judge. Anybody who looks at facts, a judge, a scientist, researchers, anybody in the judicial system, the legal system, especially when we got Pluto in retrograde there. All right. And you got Saturn in Aquarius. So this could be people losing their jobs. So this could represent someone who's unemployed now. All right. Which is why we're having some financial difficulties. This person could also had to leave their job that they loved. Could have been there for a while. And they may have gotten laid off. Okay. On the flip side, if this is a love situation, this is somebody who wants to be single. All right. They go within to reflect about it, and then they walk away from the relationship. And, you know, this is someone now who is just trying to get whatever they can get as far as money so that they can get out of the situation and move away. Because they're probably currently stuck with someone that they don't want to be with. So they could still be in the house, but just emotionally, attached from deep. How can I say it? Emotionally detached is what I'm trying to say from the situation, but still be physically living in the house. So there's a couple different scenarios, so take what resonates. Now, in the future here, you have the Magician. So someone's trying to manifest a move, okay? This is where we got this person trying to take action. They're trying to manifest a move. Could very well be trying to manifest money, okay? Because this is what's lacking here. If you look at the traditional Magician card, he has all the tools there to manifest what he wants. He has money, which is the Pentacle. He has the Wand, which is the fire. He has the emotions, which is the water, the cups. And then he has the sword, which is air. What I'm showing here is there's a lack of money. So this is what this person is trying to manifest. So this could be what this communication is all about with this page of cups. Excuse me, page of pentacles. So yeah, somebody's trying to manifest some money, all right? And they're taking action to do so. Now in your fears here, we have the Hierophant in reverse, major arcana. So somebody's afraid of divorce. It could very well be. So this could be your person leaving you, you know, if you're in a relationship. Your person could be wanting to leave you and wanting to, if you're married, they want a divorce, okay? And you could be afraid of this. It could be because of the fact that you're going to lose money to your significant other with the court situation. This could also represent that if there is a court situation, the decision did not go so well for you. And so as a result, you did lose money. Okay? You got the message from the courts with the page of coin that, you know, the assets were split, divided. You know, you're now going to be single. You now have a new lifestyle change. You're going to be single. You know, you decided what it was that you wanted to do. You and your person, you separated or isolated yourselves from each other. And then finally what happens is you guys decided, your person or you decided to walk away. All right. Court decision was made. It wasn't made in your favor. You lost some money. So now you're in a position where you're trying to manifest money, and you're trying to get yourself together. And so this was your fear here with the Hierophant in reverse. Now how people see you, Temperance in reverse. So this could be your person that you're involved with. This could be your friends and family. This could just be the court system if you had a court case. But people see you as imbalanced. Okay. Now, Temperance energy is a Sagittarius energy. This is a major arcana. Okay. So this is major. So this is how a lot of people see you. Okay. And with Temperance in reverse here, this could represent the fact that, because Temperance is if you look at the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you see that the angel in the deck is standing. One foot is on the ground, representing being solid, having a solid foundation. And then the other foot is in water, okay, talking about your emotions. So you have one foot in the ground, one foot in emotion. So your emotions are stable. Your logical mind, your practical mind is balanced with your emotions. In reverse, that's not the case. So either, you know, you're in your emotions where you're being too obsessive about a situation, okay, or you're really angry about a situation as far as your emotions, or you're too grounded. You're not doing anything. You just don't show any energy towards it at all, you know, one or the other. So, you know, you could be seen as somebody who's kind of cold, okay, with the King of Swords in reverse energy. All right. Or you could just be seen as someone who's, you know, hot-tempered, whatever. Now, as far as your hopes are concerned, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. So this is telling me with the Eight of Swords in reverse here, this is Gemini energy. Yep. So we got Gemini energy here. And this is telling me with the Eight of Swords in reverse that you want to release the situation. You know, you want to, you see things clearer now. So you're not, you know, you want to be released from the situation. This is you releasing yourself from the situation, though, because this could be a self-imposed situation. But it could be, you know, a situation you were in with someone and now you're finally being released from it. So you just want this to be over with, long story short. Could be with the COVID-19 thing. You're still in the house with this person. You just want this over with. You just want to move. You want to be able to get out. And then as far as the outcome here, overall energy, we got the Moon in reverse. So something's going to be revealed. All right. So we're going to find out what that's going to be in the extended. There's going to be an extended to this reading. The link is in the box below. But yeah, this is what I'm getting here. So yeah, this is about money and love. This is about two partners separating. If you're married, this could be about a divorce. If you're not, you know, this is just you guys separating here. But I'm getting more so this is married energy because of the fact that there's a concern about a loss of money if there's a divorce. This could also be somebody who lost their job as well. Okay? And with the Hierophant in reverse here, this could be you being afraid of being fired. Okay? With this King of Swords in reverse energy, you could have just been laid off temporarily or suspended from your job temporarily. Okay? Which is why you have money issues. And you're trying to manifest a situation that's going to be in your favor. Because maybe you don't know what's going on and you're waiting on a reply as to what's going on. And, you just want this whole situation to be over. All right. And then the information as to what you're waiting on, the status of your job, it's going to be revealed to you. The status of the divorce proceedings is going to be revealed to you. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the extended and find out what the results are and what you got going on here as far as what your options are going to be. Whether this is love or you just losing a job or a combination of both, because there are people who are going through both. There are people who are in relationships that are just over and they were just hanging on by a thread, and then this COVID-19 thing kicked in and now you're trapped in the house with this person. You could have been in the process of trying to maneuver to get away from this person and to set things up appropriately for you, and then COVID-19 kicked in and boom. Not only are you now stuck with the person that you were trying to get out of a relationship with, your financial situation as far as your job has slowed things down even more. So this is a nightmare for a lot of people here. So I'm going to go ahead and get you some advice just in case you can't join over the extended. The extended is only $5 a month. You get to see all 12 videos. Well, not all 12, but all extended videos that I've posted are there for you. So you can go back in the archives if you want, as far as checking out some videos to watch the progression of things, just to get a better understanding of what was going on in case you need some clarity or some insight. You can also look at other placements in your chart because all 12 signs will be there. So you'll be able to assess everything, especially those who are into your chart and you're into progressing, obtaining your trying to get to your higher self. This helps a lot. So let me take a look. Oh, I dropped the card. Hold on. So, yeah, we're going to go to the extended and take a look and clarify these cards a little bit further, get you some more information, and we'll get you some advice there as well. But this is for people who, I know times are rough. Some people don't, they say, oh, it's only $5. Yeah, it is. But, times are rough right now. Some people don't got $5. I just don't got it right now. So let's see what we got for you. All right, so we have mending, okay? And we have the number 52. 5 and 2 is number 7. And the number 7 major arcana is it? No, it's not strength. It's the Chariot, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so that's being able to move forward with your head and heart aligned. So let's see what the book says here. So mending, number 52. All right, so it says forgiveness, making amends, healing after an argument. I'm going to read the relationship message for you first. So it says you've come to a place where forgiveness is necessary if you are to move forward. Separate or together, you and the other person are still experiencing the effects of a hurt that is impacting everything you do, even if you are not aware of it. The energy needs to clear. What must you do to bridge the gap? Closing your heart is not the answer. You have the power to heal this wound. Ask yourself, what will love do? Only good will come of forgiveness and an honest redress. So for some of you, you may want to work this out with your partner. It could just be a temporary situation where you're fighting right now. And some people, you guys are very passionate. It's like, I'm out of here, I'm gone, That's how we are. Very passionate when it comes to love. So, you may feel like, yo, I'm out of here. I'm going. I don't want nothing to do with you. Blah, 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 blah. Be glad when this COVID thing gets over. I'm out of here. Da, 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 da. But for some of you, in the grand scheme of it, if you think about it, like this is a major situation that went down with this outside with this COVID shit. And you had somebody with you who rocked with you through this. That's for some of you. Now, some of you, your person's just driving you crazy. For others of you, it's just a misunderstanding. Somebody might have lied. Might not have told the truth about something. Somebody got caught out there doing something. Whatever. Some of you can work this out. Some of you. Now, as far as the money situation here, it says everyone makes mistakes, especially when you want something very badly. You may have come to realize that in chasing after a pretty shiny thing, you lost sight of long-term sustainable prosperity. Sometimes you make choices that look good at first, but ultimately it leads to the loss or failure. It's time to forgive yourself and others. Don't blame anyone else. You get to start again, wiser and more mature. The journey to true abundance can be bumpy. Make amends to anyone you may have hurt along the way, especially yourself. Forgive those who may have taken advantage of you. Let go and learn from this. You are now that much wiser or that much closer to achieving the kind of prosperity that really fulfills you. Nothing is ever lost or wasted when you view it from this perspective. Now, this is talking about this Pluto energy here that's going to come up, and it's going to pull whatever is holding you back, whatever hurt or animosity or frustration that you may experience, that you've packed into your subconscious mind that is hindering you from growth and prosperity. Pluto's going to put that in your face right now. This is what this is saying here. I was just explaining that to you in the beginning. So what it is you got to look at this situation, and it's a great mind technique that I was checking out from a couple of, I was watching some videos and doing some research on reprogram the mind. And what you want to do is when Pluto brings that shit to your face, something terrible that happened to you, could have been something real terrible. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at that and look at, if there's anything that you could have done differently. All right. Even if nothing was your fault, even if maybe you could say, okay, well, what did I learn from it then? If there was nothing I could have done differently to avoid that situation, what could I learn from that situation? For some of you, it could just be, okay, well, I learned to trust my instincts, or I learned, to watch the people that I'm around, or whatever the case is. And then every time you think about that, just think about what you could have learned from it, and opposed to just thinking about how hateful it was. Because what that's going to do is the more you think about it, and you think about it from a perspective of how it's going to help you, or what you've learned from it, you will reprogram your mind to stop thinking about it as something bad and negative, and you will stop putting it in your subconscious like that. You will begin to put it into your subconscious as in, what did I learn from this? Because that's what Pluto's going to do. It's going to make you see and take a look at it. And so that's what you want to do, all right, in that case. So that's just for some people. Now, the protection message says, heartbreak is a strange healer of souls. Our grief strips away our masks and loosens our tight hold on our separateness, where we view ourselves as I and the world as it. Loss allows us to see ourselves as part of a larger scheme, opening us up to sympathy, empathy, and dependence on others in the moment when we can't hold ourselves together. And it leads us to become one with the greater whole again. Pain and suffering is a part of life, and none of us will be immune to it. Can you view this loss, this pain, this dissonance as a way back to source? Let your sorrow break your heart wide open. You will never be left behind. You are loved, now more than ever, by Spirit. Who does not want you back, or who does not want you to feel